G'day, wanna play Wanaka? Get in there now. It's a free open beta testing or open alpha testing, I should say, for everybody. Um, so let's just quickly go through how to get in there. A little bit on the Wanaka. A few people have been sitting on the fence. A few people tried to get land like myself, didn't get the land. I was able to get into the testing and they've made it easier now, and the stress testing at the moment, so just to see what you go. There are a few bugs, but let's check out some of the gameplay and something about the about Wanaka as well. All right, how do we get into it at the moment? Well, probably a couple of ways is you can jump onto the Discord, and in announcements you can see they're still calling it a closed beta test or a closed alpha test, but they've opened it up. It's the same instructions, it's just open to everybody. Or the other thing you can do is you can go all the way down to the bottom. Let's just take us all the way down to the bottom, click on medium, and you'll open up medium. Once you're in medium, it is the second one, so go past Wanna React down to the 1st of October, and then you've got your closed beta test. Open the closed beta test, and then you can jump into the game. Now the beta test itself, or the beta alpha test itself, is on the BCS testnet. So you will need to create yourself a new, not a new account, but a new network, the same as when you set up your Binance account or when you set up your Polygon Matrix account or any of the other ones that you may have set up in your network. So just the only thing you need is your MetaMask. You don't need any Wanna coins, you don't need any money. It is free. All you need is a MetaMask wallet and you can play the game now. So follow the instructions. It will tell you how to set up a network if you haven't set up a network before, but if you'd set up your Binance one, you'd be familiar with the setup. So you're setting up it under the Binance testnet. Set it up accordingly, and the symbol BNB for your Binance coin. Now once you're in there, then you go to this link and you'll get one free BNB. No, that is not a free BNB that you can use elsewhere. It's a free BNB that you can use on the testnet. So don't, woohoo, free money. No. Once you get the BNB, then you go to the second link and you buy yourself 100 Wanna, or you get, 100 Wanna and 100 Y. Now Wanna is obviously the out of game token, we talked about. Y is the in-game token. So the Wanna obviously has your out of game governance. Your in-game Y is what you're doing to buy seeds and so forth. And then you go onto your test farm, and I think that I've got that open at the moment. I have, but I'm not on the test net, so it's not working through at the moment. And what you will do is you will then convert, it's probably easier from here, you will then convert what's in your wallet and you'll put it in your game. So you'll transfer your 100 Wanna into in-game Wanna, and you'll transfer your 100 Y into your in-game Y through the deposit. One thing that I've certainly missed out here, sorry, and we'll go through, is use this opportunity to set up your email and password. So set up your email and password, then you can actually certainly log into the game itself. Deposit, as we've said. Now, at the time of the video, there is a bug where the Wanna is transferring successfully, but the Y is having problems. So twice I transferred, and maybe test it by it doesn't cost you anything. You've got free BNB as part of it. So what I would recommend is when you transfer 50 Y. If it doesn't go through, potentially increase your gas fees for it. Try it again. If it doesn't go through, don't panic. There is a way to still play the game without starting with Y. There are some quests that give you Y as part of the reward for the quest, and you can do those. So it's literally digging up some soil, you get some free Y, and with that's enough Y to buy your seeds and so forth and so forth. So opening up, maxing 100k users. They want to stress test it, they want to get it in there. So you go. And from there, jump on, download the latest game. It is not a web browser, so download the game, play the game, and enjoy. Now, there are a few bugs, as I said, but they're fixing the bugs. I think there's been 3 updates in 3 days, and it is extremely exciting to get in there. So, without further ado, let's have a look at some of the gameplay. All right, let's jump straight into the gameplay. And so what I've actually done is I've recorded this over a 24, 36 hour period. So you'll probably see a bit of cutting and editing as we're going through, and then I'm just sort of talking over the sort of half an hour, 20 minutes worth of footage. Once you jump into the game, and for this particular game, I did not have any Y. So I had the Y transfer bug, but I will actually sort of show you how to get it. Now, the first thing, you can jump into the shop. With the shop, you can see the items you can buy with Y, and you can also see that there's some items that you're buying with Wanna, mainly cosmetics. So you've got pets and cosmetics that you're buying with Wanna, and other items you're buying with Y. You've got your treasury, you've got the factory, you've got breeding, and you've got your farm. So to start off with, you get given, for the open alpha, you get given a free piece of land. So jump into your mailbox, get yourself your free piece of land, and then open the land. The way to open the land is simple. That's where you go into your treasure, select the treasure you want to open up, and open. Now, what do we got? What do we got? Are we going to get ourselves an immortal? No. All right. Sort of knew we were going to get common. But it is what it is. Everyone gets a common piece of land. They did not put the other types of land for the alpha. So grab your land, drop it where you want, north, south, east, or west, and then close your map. And as soon as you close your map, da-da, there is your land. It knocks down the fence and it puts the patch of land in straight away. It is that simple. Once you've gone over to the land, then you can start. Now, remembering, as I said, I do not have any Y, so I couldn't buy any seeds at this stage. I couldn't buy any fish. I couldn't buy any plants or apple trees. So we need to try and generate some Y. And the easiest way to generate Y is through the daily quest. And there's one particular daily quest, which is turn over 10 pieces of soil. So we're just doing that at the moment. I think it's 8 or 10. Check the daily quest, press tab, right hand corner, go down. The Wanaka Guardian is just check, so you can go around checking pieces of land. That will give you 10 Y. Or earth bending, which is literally dig 10 times. Super simple. That will give you 10 Y. A bag of seeds is 3 Y. So as soon as you've dug your 10 pieces of soil. Now, also with the soil as well, you've got the little trash can item down there, which is an X. So nothing stops you from walking over to your patch of land, digging 10, and then very quickly filling it in if you want, or just dig 5, fill it in, and dig another 5. Whatever you need, but that gets you your 10 Y. Once you've got your 10 Y, claim it. And then go to the shop and start spending. There are a couple of others that are simple to get, such as, I think there's a watering one that once you water 10 items, you get that as well. And the other ones, such as sweet apple or the cabbage one, need to harvest. So tomorrow you can do those, and that will give you a couple of 100 Y. So by the time 24 hours is up, you'll have 400 or 500 Y, and it is no longer an issue. So now you can head into the shop, grab yourself some seeds. I think for the demonstration, we just bought 1 packet or a couple of packets, and then jump straight into it. Now your seeds, it's not a mini game, but you do need to go through the mechanics of what is there in the bag. So one thing I don't know, so when we go to our treasury now to have a look, because nothing's in the inventory, and that's probably the thing. So when you get your bag, nothing's in the inventory, and that's probably because they're not all seeds. So you have to go to your treasure, and then open up your seed pack or your bundle pack. Now for the alpha, you are getting 2 cabbages, 2 apple trees, 2 cows, and 2 koi fish, or 2 coin fish, I should say. I do not know in the game whether that's randomized, because as I said, it does go through a bit of a game to sort of see what you're getting out of that bag. So I don't know if it's sort of random, and then you're sort of building from there. So we had enough money to buy 2 more packets, so we've bought them, and now let's plant them. So to plant them, you need to actually pick them, and then once you've actually picked them, simply pressing the space bar, you can place the items on the ground. Once the items are finished, you can either place a different type of, in this case here, vegetable, or you can go into the watering process. If you look at the left with the cabbage, the watering or the cabbage, it does appear that you've got 3 opportunities to water the cabbages over the time frame. Now for this video, I watered once and I harvested at 24 hours. But what I think is there are 3 evolutions of every product, and I think if you conduct the activity to go through each of those 3 evolutions, then you have a better chance of getting a higher return. And the higher return is not in volume, but a higher return is in a higher quality product. So obviously if you feed the fish 3 times, or feed the cows 3 times, water the apples and water the cabbages, you've got a better return of a seed or a product. In this case here, I've just watered and then come back 24 hours later, but it definitely rewards you for actively sort of returning back to the game over a period of time. So you might need to sort of create a spreadsheet and set that egg timer or your alarm on your clock, so you can get back and make sure you do those activities. Now that you've got it, we've got apple trees to plant and we've got cows to... the good thing they've changed are the mechanics. So you're no longer planting cows, you're actually placing cows, which is good. For particular trees, you don't put them on ploughed land, you're actually placing them on just open land. So find yourself a nice sort of spot. Same thing, if you don't like what you've got, you can throw it in the trash can, but you do lose that seed. So in the early days, obviously seeds are a rarity, but I do get the feeling that after a couple of days, you're probably going to have an abundance of seeds. Once again, with the alpha, I don't know if they've increased the amount of seed drops being on there, because in 24 hours, I've got an inventory full of seeds. And I don't think it's going to be that simple. I think it's going to be a case of you need to either spend, but I think for the alpha and for the sake of the alpha, they've sort of tried to give you as many seeds so you can have a go with planting, working with your harvesting your cattle, fish feeding, harvesting your fish, and so forth. So we've got all these, we've watered, and we're good to go. The last bit to do, because we certainly don't, we're getting close to getting a couple more Y. We got our watering one. There we go. Let's get another 10Y. And we can't do the rest. As I said, the cabbages and the cuckoin. Cuckoin was a weird one. Even the next day I didn't get that one, so I don't know if it's a rare. I think it might be. I think it's certainly feeding, and certainly getting a rare one was how we got that one, or how we do get that, because I never completed that daily quest. At the moment, weeklies and main quests are not there. I think the main quest might sort of follow or get you in line with a bit of a tutorial. But let's now jump over and have a look at the cattle. We'll start bringing the cattle out. As I said, the cattle are more of a placement now. I couldn't get into the pen, so I don't know if the pens are supposed to have doors or how you get in here, or simply they're just for cosmetics and they're just taking up the space. As I said, for the actual game itself, you do not have to own land, so you can still play the game if you don't have land, but you will require some wana just to get into the initial gameplay. So we're just placing the cows now, and as you see, you call the cow, which is a lot better than using your shovel, and planting your cow, which is what it was about 2 weeks ago. Very quickly changed that. Once you've done them, like the fish, they will walk around on the area that you've created. I think then you could probably get the use your Y to buy some fencing to keep them in the fences, but they do seem to be quite obedient and just stay within the tracks, which is nice of them. Okay, so now that's done. Let's have a look at day 2. So this is 24 hours after we've planted the cabbages, planted the apples. All the daily quests have reset. I do not know if they reset at, let's say, 0 UTC, or whether it was sort of 24 hours or something after we joined the game to start off with. At this stage, we've still only got a couple of Y. The bug was still in place 24 hours later, but I was happy. As I said, we did had a workaround on how to get the Y. So we're good. So let's have a look. So we can do, in this case here, the cows were not ready. They still had 3 hours to go. So we're simply feeding them. So for the cattle, we're getting 2 of the 3 feeds, which is nice. And it'll be interesting to see if we get any better rewards on day 3, the fact that we're able to feed those cows. For the fish, I did have a bug with the fish, and I had a bug on the first block I jumped into for everything. So we got this error 404. I've certainly copied it and sent it to the devs to see if there's any feedback. But other than that, I didn't, for the alpha, I didn't have any other bugs. I thought it seemed to be relatively smooth. The other downfall I found with the error 404 bug is I couldn't even trash that corner. So that corner was completely unusable. I couldn't harvest from it. I couldn't trash it. It just stayed there. All right. Now, the coin fish one does seem to be the longest mechanic. Everything else seems to be quite quick. And as I said, the 404 area seemed to always be the very first square of any new item I tried to pick up. Every other square was fine, but whether it was fish, harvesting cabbages, or picking apples, we got the same error and couldn't do anything with it. Plough the field again, which is nice because it's an easy way to get your 10 more Y. And then we're good. All right, once we've done that, let's head over. I think we're a couple short. Head over and grab our apples. And quickly go through. Not too worried about it. The other one, I did use my free oneer to buy myself a pat. And yeah, I choose the cat for obvious reasons, and the cat just follows around. I don't see, it doesn't appear to be any additional benefits to a pet. It doesn't sort of harvest for you or anything like that. It's purely cosmetics, which is fine. For the alpha, you got a choice of a dog, a cat, a duck, and there was another thing, but I couldn't remember what it was, but you can check it out for yourself. So we got our Y for our water bending, for our watering, and then more importantly, the big one. So we've got our cabbages and our apples, and we need to give them to the restaurant. I took a while to work this out. All you need to do is click on it and then click on 3 cabbages. You give them away But what I chose next time, certainly for the apples, is if I'm giving them away, I might as well give them 3 of the crappiest, because you don't get any more money or any less money depending on if they're a good product or a bad product. So you might as well take your 3 worst products and then send them over and do it. So now let's go into the breeding house. So once again, we've got our vegetables, our trees, our fish, and our animals. You simply take 2 of your breeds, drop them in there. It costs Y and it costs energy. In this case here, you can have anywhere between 1 and 3, and you can have different variations. So I put in 2, I got 2 back, I got 2 exactly the same, and those fish are just going to end up back in the pond. So there was no benefit there. Cabbages, put them in, breed them, and straight back out. So what it means, though, I only watered this stuff once in the 24-hour period. By potentially watering 3 times within the time, I would say that you would probably get a better result from what you harvested. Then taking those better results of what you harvested, putting them in the breeding house, you would have a potential to get a better seed. But that was not a case for myself, but I'll certainly play some more alpha over the next 24, 48 hours and see what we get. There are some competitions also for the week on getting the best apple or getting the best cabbage and that as well. So people sort of breeding or mutating and just getting that product is getting better results. So the next thing we've got is the factory. So a couple of things you've got there. You can make a mixed fruit salad. I think it has a bit different name. And by having the fruit salad, it needs to be diced cabbage, diced apples, some salt, and some pepper. So in this case here, we're just dicing our apples and dicing our cabbage, also dicing our fish. And you're getting your diced apples, diced cabbage, and your diced fish, but you're also getting a byproduct. At the moment, the byproducts are just called alpha, beta, delta, gamma. I assume when the game's released, they're going to have something far more exciting for the byproduct names. But at the moment, that is what it is. So once you're in there, you can jump back into the factory. Once again, these are costing both Y and energy, and you can see, so you've got your mixed fruit salad in there, and then with your byproducts you can make some of these other things, so sludge, fertilizer, fodder, and worms. I guess easy, the fertilizer is certainly for your vegetables, your earthworms are for your fish, and your fodder is for your animals. So let's jump into the shop, grab ourselves some salt and pepper. We're just buying 1 for the show of the video. Quick buy. I do see that you've got stars on your salt and pepper, so potentially you can make salt and pepper, and once again, you can get better quality, maybe, and by getting better quality means that you're potentially, when you're using the factory, getting a better quality return. But you can keep testing it. So let's throw 1 cabbage in there, 1 diced apple, 1 pepper, 1 salt, a little bit of Y, little bit of energy, and shazam, there we go. Our salad ascar, 2-star salad ascar. What we do with that product, I don't know yet. I haven't seen that the shop actually buys things. I don't know if, and I assume it probably does, the food may potentially restore some of your energy, so therefore you can do more harvesting, do more work on the farm. I believe there is also going to be a player's market, so therefore people can be selling this, so the people that do want to play it 20 hours a day can have the food, regenerate their energy and keep on playing. Those that just want to play for a few hours a day, generate and sell those products, then there would be a market for it. That market, I believe, is also Y. And then there must be a mechanic on how you're converting Y into Wana, and then taking that Wana and selling the Wana to make an income. All right, let's get our earthworms. So we've now made our earthworms, and we'll jump in the pond. So feeding is normal. Then you can change by going into your pack to your earthworms. There we go. Now you can't just place the earthworms on the fish, but you can place the earthworms on places that you've already fed. So the earthworms aren't food, but a boost. So we've fed them, and then we've put the earthworms as a boost. Okay, so that's just a quick overview of the Wanaka gameplay in the open alpha that's available now, over a 24 to 30 hour period. So once again, just a quick recap, it is a free open alpha gameplay. So if you're sitting on the fence or you want to see a little bit of the game, or actually touch and feel a bit of the game before you make a decision to get into it, doesn't matter. You don't need land. You don't need to put in any money. All you need is a MetaMask account. Jump into the website. I'll have it on there, wanakafarm.com. Go all the way down to the medium. Open up the medium until you get to the closed beta test instructions, and then follow the test beta instructions all the way down until you get into the game. It is that simple. Trying to stress test, trying to get as many people in there. There is bugs, but there's workarounds. So I would certainly suggest on downloading it, jump into the Discord, play the game. If you have any hiccups or you get stuck, jump into the game section or gameplay section of the Wanaka Discord, and the community's good. So there's plenty of people in the community that will help you resolve some of the issues that I'm sure many people, including myself, got into as well. All right. Thank you very much. Don't forget to hit the subscribe if you'd like to see more of Wanaka or any other of the NFT games or games that I'm doing at the moment. Hit that like if you enjoyed the video. It certainly helps me out a ton. And we look forward to seeing you next time. All right. Uru.